The Little Dick's Rosewood Resort on Virgin Gorda is going local, thanks to the efforts of executive chef Dadlani, who believes that whatever food can be grown locally should also be bought locally. With this initiative, started just under 3 years ago, Little Dick's is not only providing healthy dishes for its visitors, but offering them the opportunity to truly taste the Caribbean as well, adding to the visitor experience. During an open house for members of the media, which was hosted by Little Dick's executive chef Dadlani, originally from India, and chef de cuisine Alex Alexander from Grenada, it was revealed that visitors to the BVI come with the expectation of experiencing the Caribbean, not only through its beaches and foliage, but through its food as well. And one way to accomplish this is to provide them with local dishes that offer the taste and smell of the Caribbean. Alexander explained that since Dadlani came on board with the Little Dick's Resort just over 3 years ago, the goal has been to buy local foods as far as possible and build their menus around these foods.
For the past 3.5 years since we got on board with him, we try to involve in a lot of local products, like you said about the spices and the herbs and stuff like that. And that's what we've been doing, trying to purchase anything that is grown on the island and try to utilize it and make menus from it.
Chef Dadlani revealed during the discussions with the media that the concept to buy local produce was introduced on a small scale by him through Little Dick's staff who had small gardens at their homes, which the kitchen would support by buying the goods they provided.
So what has happened now over the period of a couple of years, that many more people in Virgin Gorda are interested in doing that. All we are doing is providing an area where they can come and sell their products. So that became a very, very interesting thing for us. So you don't need a huge farm, you don't need a huge area to be successful in that. And but a collective effort, a small collective effort from so many different places provides us with enough. We used to a few years ago, just to give you an example, our basil. And most of our herbs were coming all the way from Israel and all the way from France. So imagine just a pound of basil which is coming from Israel or from France. It's coming, imagine how it is coming here. It is either flown in or by ships or however it takes. The footprint is so long. You're talking about a week of traveling for that particular herb.
According to Dadlani, although the majority of the 200 products that they use weekly at the resort are not produced locally, they do try as far as possible to obtain those that are produced locally from local producers.
We use 200 different kind of produce on a given week in Little Dick's Bay. So those 200 different kind of produce are not all able to grow on this island. So even if there are those 10 or 15 items that are growing, so those 10 or 15 items, we try to utilize at least 80 to 90% only locally. For example, like Alex mentioned, papaya. So right now we are not importing any papayas. So every papaya is coming from somebody's house or somebody's little farm. So and we are able to get enough of it to survive on our consumptions.
Regarding the visitors that come to the BVI and the Caribbean on a whole to experience local food, Dadlani said that it adds to the experience for such persons when the chefs are able to say that the foods they are eating were actually grown locally.
It is a great guest experience. You imagine, the guests are coming from outside to experience Caribbean for a reason. Right? They come here for hospitality, they come here for the culture, they come here to experience new foods.
Members of the media were taken to various small farms across Virgin Gorda, where produce are grown that are purchased and transformed into delicacies by chefs at the resort's kitchen. Although only a small percentage of food prepared at the kitchen currently comes from the local farmers, it is the hope of the Little Dick's Resort that more residents will become involved in producing and supplying produce, not only for Little Dick's, but for other local kitchens who will also begin to invest in buying locally and share the flavors that the BVI has to offer.